Hi, my name is Destiny Hall, and I chose to write about women's role in the military. I chose this topic because I'm going into the Army next month, and I feel very strongly about women's rights in the military, that we should be given the equal opportunity to be in the jobs that we want to be in, as long as we meet the requirements that are set. And people think that most women, they can't do it, they're not physically able to do it, mentally strong enough to handle the aspects that come with war and what's in the military. To me, there's three types of people: the people who love the idea of women in the military, support them, encourage them; the ones that hate women in the military, who think that they shouldn't be allowed to do it, that that's not their place; and the third type that think that women just shouldn't be allowed in combat positions, which I can see their side, but I also wish that they could see the different side of it. They think that women shouldn't be in combat positions because they can't handle it, they're not strong enough, that the male is always going to put the female first and not the objective, not the mission that they're on. But it's to each their own. But in 1948, Congress did pass the Women's Armed Service Integration Act, allowing women to have the right to join in the military and giving them all the full benefits that male veterans get. So the different standards that men and women are held to within the armed services, I think, is a problem, because if a woman is going to join, I think she should be held to the same standards that a male is. One example is with the Army. If the standards are by age, height, weight, all that stuff. So if a guy who was the same height, the same weight as me, was to take their physical fitness test, like we have to do, if I did 22 push-ups, I would get a pat on the back, a good job. If he did 22 push-ups, they would be wondering why he only did 22. He would barely pass doing 22, just because he's a male and I'm a female. We're being held to a lower standard that makes it easier for us to get in, to pass, to rank up even, which I don't think is fair in the slightest, that we should be held to the same standards. And I have a quote from the Discovery News that said, "Traditional attitudes make many people both uncomfortable with the idea of women fighting and unable to handle the images of mothers coming home in body bags." They also went on to say there are also concerns that women will interfere with group bonding and cohesion, the same arguments that long interfered with the integration of African Americans and gay people into the Army. So sitting here today, we think, how would bringing African Americans into the military harm anyone? How would bringing gay people into the military harm anyone? How would that distract them from their duties? How would that hinder them from performing to the best of their ability? I feel like it's the same with women, except that there is the sexual attraction between males and females. But as long as you're holding yourself to the professional status that you're supposed to be, it shouldn't be that big of a problem. So personally, I think that women should be allowed in the military. I think that they should be able to do whatever job, specialty that they pick, as long as they meet the standards that are set with the Department of Defense. I think that they should be allowed. So, thank you.